All right.
Thunderheart.
Let's just get something out of the way. Are you guys ready? Can you confirm we are 100% boots on the ground? Okay.
Are you sure about that?
Man, I don't know what's a bigger troll. David Vonderhaar promising Black Ops 4 is going to be 100% boots on the ground, and it only ended up being 99% boots on the ground. Or Robert Bowling in his
Fuck you, Last Stand!
speech, which I think we all know how that played out. We spent the entire year just getting destroyed by Dead Man's Hand in Final Stand, so... Yeah, we've really been getting shit on by these COD developers for a long time. It's really unfortunate to think about, but I'll get to more of that in a little bit. For now, I guess I should probably explain what you guys are seeing in front of you. Or seeing on your screens right now. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess, depending on how you feel about Black Ops 4, I lost all my Black Ops 4 gameplay thanks to my external hard drive just crapping out on me, so I had to go into my internal hard drive, and all I could find was Black Ops 2 gameplay. And not only just Black Ops 2 gameplay, nothing but Type 25 Black Ops 2 gameplay. So I hope you guys like Black Ops 2 and the Type 25. I don't know how or why I only have Type 25 gameplay, because I never even liked the damn gun. I don't even remember having classes of it, so... Yeah, this is quite the strange predicament we're in. Nothing I can do about it, aside from, you know, hopping on Black Ops 4 and getting new gameplay, but... I gotta be honest, I really don't feel like doing that, so... I apologize, you guys are just gonna have to deal with this. Hopefully you don't mind too much. But I guess it doesn't really matter, because I'm just going to be talking about COD, so any COD gameplay in the background should work and it should make sense. So, yeah, what I'm going to talk about is just this realization that I had about Call of Duty and the community. And I guess before I get into that, I should clarify that, yes, I'm aware that the COD community has many different people with many differing opinions, so what I'm going to say, it's not going to apply to every single one of you, but I know it applies very strongly to me and it makes a lot of sense to me, so I do think that it will make a lot of sense to a lot of you that are watching this. But I know I can't speak for every single person in the community, so feel free to disagree with me if you want. But yeah, this realization that I had actually came to me thanks to this Black Ops 4 subreddit comment that I read a couple months ago, and overall there's nothing really special about this comment. It's the standard, oh my god, this current COD is shit, and what the hell are these COD developers doing? This COD is being let down the shithole. You know, that kind of comment that we get every single year. It's not really anything special, but there's this one specific statement in the opening paragraph that just, it really made me think, and it just led me to this epiphany. So I'm just going to go ahead and read the first part of this comment, and I'll probably post it on the screen for you guys so you can follow along. But yeah, here it is. Black Ops 4, 11 years later, never would I have thought. Black Ops 4, as we all know, has a multitude of issues regarding both multiplayer and zombies. The lack of campaign is also an issue. From the feeling of negligence and almost insulting features of the game in the multiplayer side of things, and the total or near abandon of the zombies and campaign community, the flaws of what was once a great arcade FPS with a supportive community has become an insult to veteran Call of Duty players in the community. The flaws of what was once a great arcade FPS with a supportive community. That statement right there, that part, it really makes you think. I've been around for a long time. I still remember my very first COD video that I watched on YouTube. It was a CNETers TDM on World at War. The map was Station. He was using the aperture sight with the Gewehr. Had a Magnum secondary. He had Bandolier, stopping power, dead silence as his perks, and oh, holy shit, you really do remember your first time. I don't know how I remember exactly all that, but yeah, the point is, I've been around for a long time, at least since the World at War days, and I started thinking back, after I read that statement, I started trying to think back to a single year where we had a positive and supportive community, and I couldn't think of a single one. Not one single year did we have a positive and supportive community. In fact, it was the exact opposite. We just had constant, overwhelming negativity. It was just constant shitting on whatever COD was out at the time. How do you think we went into the jetpack era of COD? Back then, the most common complaint about Call of Duty was, holy shit, this is the same bullshit every single year. Just reskin after reskin. Come on, COD developers, when are you going to give us something new? Well, they listened. They brought in jetpacks and completely changed the movement mechanics, and what happened with that? Oh my god, COD developers, what are you doing? COD used to be so great. Why are you ruining this series? Go back. Oh man, so taking that into consideration, you have to ask yourself, if COD was so great back then, why was the community just constantly shitting on the game? And the only logical explanation that I could come up with is COD has always been trash. Actually, hold on, let me rephrase that, because I can already hear the COD 4 Modern Warfare 2 fans just furiously typing away the COD section in their mouse, clicking over my dislike button, so let me rephrase. I think a more fair or accurate assessment of COD would be that it's always been filled with trash. But the reason we were able to play it for so long back then is because, well, you know how people say COD used to be a year-long game and nowadays it dies within the first month or two of release. The reason we were able to play it for almost an entire year at a time back then was it was just a simple matter of the good outweighing the bad. And that undeniable good that COD brought to the table back then was just its overall fluid feel and fast-paced gameplay. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, which I very well might be because I wasn't really too experienced with other shooters back when I was first getting into COD, but I'm pretty sure Call of Duty was the very first game to provide 60 FPS gameplay, which at that time for consoles was huge. No other game was doing that. And so that FPS, that engine, the overall fluid movement mechanics that COD had, it made you feel like a super soldier. It was insanely addicting. It was like a drug, and that drug just numbed us to all the bullshit that was in the gameplay. It didn't numb us completely, obviously, because there was still plenty of people pointing out the bullshit and complaining about it, clearly, but it numbed us just enough to keep playing and just plow through all the bullshit and play all year. But now, 10 years later, that addiction has understandably worn off. Other games, other series have come out that provide their own fluid gameplay that can rival COD. PC Master Race is much more prevalent nowadays, and over there you can experience anywhere up to 144 through 240 plus FPS. So that fluidity that COD brought to the table back then, it's not special anymore. It's just not enough to hook people in and keep them hooked in. And because of that, we're just more sensitive and aware to all the bullshit that's in COD nowadays. Now granted, I definitely think COD has gotten worse. I don't think anybody can make a strong argument against that. When you take a look at current CODs and their launch day content and compare them to past CODs, it's pretty clear they're releasing unfinished games. And I don't even have to go into details about how microtransactions are making the series worse. But let's just imagine that a new COD releases and there's no microtransactions and the launch day content rivals the launch day content of all the past CODs. None of that matters. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, a good amount of maps and guns and modes and just lobby leaderboards and all kinds of features and a lack of microtransactions, none of that truly matters if it's not supported or backed by enticing gameplay. We would just go back to square one and the community would be filled with complaints of how COD is just the same boring shit. So that's why I just can't agree with the notion that COD was so great back then and we need to go back. Like, no man, we need to go forward. If COD wants to be the most popular shooter again and it wants to be a year-long game, we have to move forward and leave the past behind. They need to bring change, gameplay-wise, first and foremost, that's as groundbreaking and addicting as the fluidity that COD brought way back in 2007. You know, that's when the whole multiplayer hype train started. Which is why I'm actually somewhat hopeful about Modern Warfare, because the knee-jerk reaction to Modern Warfare gameplay from the community was, what the fuck, this isn't COD? Which is perfect. That is exactly what the series needs. Like, we need to keep moving forward and just leave the past behind. If COD wants to be back on top again and become a year-long game again, that is absolutely what we need. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Hopefully Infinity Ward can pull it off. We'll know more come, I think, August 1st. They're doing their full multiplayer reveal. So yeah, we'll know more for sure if they're heading the right direction then. But yeah, that's all I really had to say about this topic. Hopefully I was able to get my point across, because I'll be the first to admit I'm pretty bad at commentary. Granted, in my defense, I do this once a year, so it's kind of to be expected that I'd be pretty bad at commentary. So yeah, I can't be too hard on myself. But yeah, hopefully you guys were still able to understand me. Now I was able to make sense. But yeah, that's all I got. Believe it or not, I do have another video lined up and ready to go. I will probably post it before the Modern Warfare reveal. No bullshit, I promise I'm not trolling. It will actually go up within the next week. So yeah, I'll see you guys real soon. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys then. Oh, before I go, I should probably mention that I haven't played COD since December, which is not good because I'm pretty sure Modern Warfare is probably coming out with beta here soon. It hasn't been confirmed, but every COD since Black Ops 3 has had a beta around August, so A beta should be right around the corner, and I haven't played in over half a year, so I gotta get back on the sticks, hop back on COD, so I don't play like a complete bot once the beta rolls around. So I will be trying to stream some Black Ops 4 gameplay. So those of you, for the 5 of you that still enjoy Black Ops 4, you can look forward to that. But I gotta be honest, the only shooter I still truly want to play these days is Apex Legends. Like, I don't know what it is about this game, but it finally got me. The BR genre finally hooked me in. This is the first BR that I can play for more than a month or two. It's just so satisfying. I don't know. It just got me. Like, it gets me. So I will be streaming mainly Call of Duty, but with how addicted I am to this game, I don't think I'll be able to help myself. I probably will stream a little bit of Apex. So for those of you that hate the BR genre, I'm sorry. You're just gonna have to bear with it. I won't be streaming it too much, but you know, I will be sprinkling it in here and there. So yeah. All right, now for real, that's all I had to say this time. I will leave you guys alone. So yeah, once again, thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys later.